40% is pretty crazy. You're just giving away shit at that point. And you can't beat turning $1 into $140. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, 𝕃𝕀ℕ𝕂𝕊. If you're new here, my name is Gloria and I'm a full-time reseller on multiple different apps, and I resell clothes and shit. So in today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys a ship with me. I know you guys have been missing it, so we're back. Alright, so this is going to be a pretty lengthy video. I do have quite a few sales that have to go out, so let's just jump right in. So I did sell 40 items across 4 platforms with a gross profit of $1,155. I did make 18 sales on Poshmark, 15 on eBay, 6 on Mercari, and 1 on Depop. Now, unfortunately for me, 2 orders I did forget to actually pull when I went to my unit yesterday. So I'll just have to pop those on the screen because they are not forgotten. They're just not here. So yeah, let's just jump right in. So I do want to start from the platform I sold the least on to the most. So Depop first. This was actually a pair of shorts. They were vintage dad shorts, and I ended up just picking them up because dad shorts was in last summer, and I kind of got these right at the end of the season, which is not a good time to pick up and list things. However, I took the chance. So these did end up selling like what, 6-7 months later, and I'm okay with that. This one actually sold for my full asking price on Depop of $18, and they just came right in, you know, and got it. I wasn't running a sale or anything. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I haven't really even tended to my Depop you know, platform, which I really need to. This one sold for $18. I did pay 99 cents for it at the Goodwill outlet, and I did make a profit of $13.96 after fees and cost of goods. All right, so now we're gonna move on to Mercari. The first thing to sell was actually this Harley Davidson button-down flannel. I thought this was really pretty, and that's why I picked it up. I guess I'll unfold it for y'all. But it was just a cute little button-down. It's kind of like a fleece one. This is actually a newer style, so that's why I was more inclined to get it. I haven't been having a lot of luck selling Harley Davidson as of late, but this one was a full asking price sale, which we absolutely love. They came in and they bought it for my full asking price of $32. Now, I did price it up because I was trying to get about $20 to $25 for it, but once I got that notification that somebody purchased it for my full asking price, I was like, hell yeah. I guess it's just a few select pieces that can do, you know, really well, and this one did. I do think that it had a few factors. It was size large, it was a newer style, and it was like a pink kind of colorway, so I think that definitely helped. And I did pay $1.20 at the Goodwill outlet, so I made a profit of $30.80 after fees and cost of goods. All right, so this is a really pretty maxi dress from Soft Surroundings. You already know I talk my shit about Soft Surroundings. However, I decided to take a chance on this because I actually never found a dress from Soft Surroundings. So I was like, you know what? Let me see what this is gonna do. Now I did find, I wanna say maybe 1 or 2 comps that sold for over $30. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna shoot a little high. So I priced mine at $38 with the hopes of getting about $25 to $30 for it. So this one actually sold for $30. They sent me a offer, and of course I thought that was incredibly reasonable, especially since I had just sourced this one and it sold the exact same weekend, and it was a really quick flip, and you already know I love those. So I did pay $1.20 for this at the Goodwill outlet, and I made a profit of $28.80 after fees and cost of goods. So this was actually a new to me brand. It was from a brand called Jag. For some reason, I thought that it was like something really great just because the tag on it said $406, but I think that was just at a boutique somewhere. I tried to do as much research as I could, but nothing was found. So I ended up listing this, I want to say at $38. Again, my price point on Mercari, when I price things at $38, I have an intention of making $30 on it. So I priced it at $38 in hopes that I would get a $30 offer on it. And this person came in and asked me a question regarding, did this have a belt with it? And I told her no. It's a Kafkin, and Kafkins don't have belts. Maybe I put kimono or something, I don't know. And then she sent me a $30 offer, and of course I went on and accepted it. But anyways, so this one sold for $30, and I did pay $1.20 for this. This one sold really quickly. I want to say within a week. I got it out the door, so I made a profit of $28.80 after fees and cost of goods. This is a brand called Sam & Sam. I do believe it was sold at Anthropologie, but like most brands, everything is sold at Anthropologie, right? So I did, of course, you know, put all the right keywords for this one because it did give that, you know, July 4th vibe with the colorway, and it had sparkles and glitters, metallic to it. So I did, you know, put all of that in the title, but this one was not priced high just because it wasn't like a, you know, sought after Anthro brand. So I priced this one at $25. They sent me a $20 offer, which was very reasonable. And of course I accepted it. I think that's how I make a lot of my sales on Mercari, is by accepting every single offer. I actually can't tell you the last time I declined an offer on Mercari, just because I feel like over there it may help with your algorithm if you do accept offers, because then they may bring more buyers to you. And that's just my thought process on the offers set up on Mercari. But like I said, this one sold for $20. I did pay $1.13 for it at the Goodwill outlet, so I did make a profit of $18.87 after fees and cost of goods. The next one is this Soft by Joie, I want to say. This is just like a cute little beach cover up. I picked this one up knowing that this brand does not do well, so of course I went in with the intentions of getting about $20 to $25 for it. I didn't want to price it high because I didn't want to sit on it. Even though this is a pretty expensive brand, I still think, you know, you should be mindful of what the actual comps are saying in the resale market instead of just going off of what, you know, the original price point was. So this one, like I said, wasn't priced high. This one was also priced at $25 with the hopes of making a $20 sale on it. So they sent me a $20 offer, and of course I accepted it. Again, you know, the offers are definitely gonna, you know, bring in more buyers. So definitely gotta accept them when you can, if it's reasonable. But yeah, so I did pay $1.21 for this. But anyways, since this one sold on Poshmark, the profit is not the best, but I did make $14.79 after fees and cost of goods. That is so weird. Y'all know I organize everything, so I don't know how this one slipped through the cracks, but that was a Poshmark sale. The last one to sell on good old Mercari was these Rag & Bone, I want to say just like a legging. I don't have luck selling this brand. I feel like items that have like a really great fabric content, maybe you can get a little bit more for it, but just kind of like a basic piece like this pair of leggings just wasn't it. So I remember going in on my Mercari and dropping a lot of prices a month or two ago, just to kind of be realistic when they did that shift to, you know, buyer pays for pretty much all the fees, the processing and the service fee and all of that. So I just wanted to be realistic, and since I do get a lot of my inventory from the bins, I definitely didn't want to price it, you know, high and sit on it for as long as I already had. So this one was priced at $28, and typically when I price it at $28, I want to get about $20 to $25 for it. And they sent me a $22 offer, and of course I accepted it. And I did pay 89 cents for this at the Goodwill outlet, and I made a profit of $21.11 after fees and cost of goods. All right, so moving on to eBay. The first one we're gonna get out is this 𝕃𝕀ℕ𝕂 dress. This one was a super exciting find. If you guys watched my haul video a few days ago, I'll link it down below. This one actually sold for my full asking price of $140. Now this was a ball gown. I saw the tag when I was at the bins, and I'm like, this looked like it's worth looking into, and I'm so happy that I did, because this one not only sold quickly, but it sold for a really good amount, and you can't beat turning $1 into $140. But yeah, this was a really good flip. Definitely would 1000% pick this up again. I think it also was a good seller because it was a size 12, and you already know those mid sizes do pretty well, so definitely want to look into that. The next one is actually a pajama set. I actually picked this up for myself at a thrift store, I want to say close to the summertime. It didn't fit. I've come to terms that not only am I not the size that I was before having my son, but my breasts will ruin a lot of outfits, I can just say. So this just wasn't flattering on me even to sleep in, so I thought I'd go ahead and list it. I've been noticing that this is just not a good sleepwear brand anymore. I feel like when I first picked it up, the comps were okay, and that was the only reason why I entertained it. But now I don't think I'd pick it up. But this one sold for $17. I don't have a cost of goods because I purchased it for myself. So this one ended up profiting me $15.04 after fees and cost of goods. All right, so this is a good old bundle. It's a cashmere bundle. I know I talked to y'all about it. Someone mentioned to me, I want to say maybe like 6 months ago, to start lotting up my cashmere, damaged cashmere at that. So this is all damaged. They either are shrunken, pilly, holes, stained. Like, it's something wrong with each and every one of these. So I find them at the Goodwill outlet, and I do, of course, pay for them. So I'm paying, what, like $1 and some change for each piece. So I try to put my cost of goods at like $110 because I don't necessarily remember each and every binge trip I go to with the cashmere in it. So probably should have made these a little bit smaller. But yeah, so I try to pick it up, but not a lot. So I like to bundle it in a lot of 5 and get about $40 to $45 for it. Now I've been able to sell, I want to say my first lot for $44. Another lot sold for $50, I want to say, and this one only sold for $34. Now they actually asked me, could I do $34? And I remember somebody on Mercari actually asking me, could I do $35 or something like that, and I told them no. So when this person came around, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and say yes to kind of get it out the door, because I don't want it sitting for a long time, because I already had another one sitting. So at one point I was actually trying to only keep one cashmere bundle lot, you know, at a time. And since I had 2 at this particular time, I wanted to go ahead and get one of them out the door, so then I can start, you know, buying more. So yeah, this one sold for $34. Like I said, I averaged my cost of goods at about, you know, $110 a piece, so that is $5.50. So I made a profit of $24.14 after fees and cost of goods. So this is Miracle Shapewear. I believe it's Miracle Soup. I got this, of course, at the bins. And this one didn't take long to sell, actually. I want to say maybe like a good week and a half. But I typically try to pick up any type of shapewear that has a great name brand to it, just because I feel like, of course, it'll help sell it a little bit quicker and for a decent price point. This one ended up selling for $28. I think I sent them an offer. I recently changed my Poshmark setting to not give the $2 discounted shipping, which is an amazing thing for me. Why am I saying Poshmark? This sold on eBay. Embarrassed. Anyways, that has nothing to do with anything. So this actually sold for my full asking price, and I'm actually happy about that. We love a full asking price sale. So it sold for $28. I did pay $1 for it at the Goodwill outlet, and I did make a profit of $23.52 after fees and cost of goods. All right, so this is a Slinky brand cardigan. This one actually is selling for the second time. The first person told me that they couldn't fit it, so I was like, okay. And I don't know if y'all know, but I do accept returns on eBay. I didn't want to, but I kind of wanted to open my buyer pool. Now I do accept returns at the cost of the customer, so they are buying the return label and shipping it back. I'll be completely honest, unless I pay over maybe $50 for something, I would never return an item that I have to pay for. I would 100% just sell it online, probably try to profit at the very least about $2 or $3 extra off of it. But for the most part, I would not waste my money sending an item back just to get some of the money back. Do y'all, you know, pay for returns? Like, as a buyer, do you pay to get the item shipped back so you can get your full refund, or do you just sell it like a reseller would? But anyways, this one sold for $24. Of course, I don't have a cost of goods because when it originally sold, I had already took it out of my spreadsheet. So I did make a profit of $23.55. I don't know why that number is that number, but here we are. All right, so this is a Zara linen dress. It's like a midi, super cute. This one got instant attention when I listed it. I have slowed down picking up Zara, but when I can find a piece that has a few factors going for it, of course I'm gonna go ahead and grab it. So this one, was a midi dress and it was linen. I didn't find a lot of, listings for it, but the listings that I did find for it, they were new with tags and they were selling for like $100. So I don't know if this was a blogger fave. I couldn't find any bloggers with it on, but I did see the sold comps that were new with tags selling for $100. So I didn't price mine that high. I was trying to get about $30 for it. And this one actually ended up selling for $29. Looked like I priced it at $28.99. And they ended up purchasing it for my full asking price. And I did pay $1.20 for this at the Goodwill outlet. And I did make a profit of $24.86 after fees and cost of goods, which we actually love. But these are some Brooks Brothers trousers. At one point, I was sourcing like a mad woman in the wintertime for wool trousers for men. And of course, at that time, I was finding them a lot. So I was picking them up. They were selling a lot. So of course, I just continued to pick them up. And this one actually ended up selling for $26. Looks like an offer that I sent them. And I only do a max offer of 15% off. I think I already priced my items pretty low on eBay. So when I send out offers, 15% is all they're gonna get, okay? I shouldn't even have to do that, but I do that because the way my OCD is set up, I hate looking at that number on my home screen. So I just go out and send the offer. I know this past weekend, I actually refrained from sending out offers like as much as I typically do. I think I sent them out on Friday and then Saturday, and then I didn't send any on Sunday because I'm like, okay, I already made a lot of sales, so I don't want to have too many items that I have to ship out. So I just kind of waited. I did pay $1.13 for this at the Goodwill outlet, and I did make a profit of $23.33 after fees and cost of goods. All right, this one was a pretty random pickup. This is a Lands' End like women's active jacket. I only picked this up because it was plus size. I don't think I've ever picked up Lands' End activewear. For some reason, y'all, too, as of late, I've been testing out this brand a lot. I typically only pick up dresses, but I take that back. I've picked up a lot of swimsuits as well, and they've all been selling. So I'm starting to feel like, okay, I need to look more into Lands' End. Now, of course, I'm not getting hella money for it. We're talking $15 to $25. However, well, one bundle sold for $45, but it still doesn't matter. I am a volume seller, so I'm completely content with selling stuff for $20, not necessarily $15, but $25. Like that is like the realm that I pretty much shoot for because I want to, net $15 minimum. But anyways, this one actually sold for $17. I think I sent them an offer. So I did pay $1.44 for this at the Goodwill outlet, and I made a profit of $13.57 after fees and cost of goods. Okay, so these are some Eddie Bauer shorts. They're kind of like some performance shorts. Y'all know I told y'all I don't typically pick up shorts, but the performance or the hiking, the nylon, the stretchy ones are worth looking into. So I went on to pick these up. Eddie Bauer is not really a brand that I care for. I leave it at the bins a lot. I do find it a lot. However, it just does not perform that well for me. So I try to just pick up pieces that I know that will sell. And this was definitely one of them. This one did sell for only $13, but I did price it pretty low to begin with, just because I wanted to get out the door and not sit on it for another summer. So this one I paid $1.12 for at the outlet, and I made a profit of $10.33 after fees and cost of goods. So this is a Bella Doll top. super cute. I actually like picking this brand up. I do find that it sells decently for $20 to $25. If you're getting anything more for it, how long are you sitting on it? Okay, so I like to price my items to sell, not to sit. So this one was priced at $25 and it sold, and I did pay 84 cents for this at the Goodwill outlet. That price point lets me know that I actually purchased this before February, because that's when they did their you know, change for the price point at my outlet, which really upset me. But I made a profit of $20.90 after fees and cost of goods. They went up in February by 40 cents, which is crazy. That is a huge jump. So it was $1.29 per pound if you got over 26 pounds, which that used to entice me to pick more items up. And next thing I know, when they did that, they started painting the outside of the store. They started to clean it up on the inside. They started to reorganize it. These are some Perry Ellis shorts. They're 100% silk. And honestly, what's so crazy is that I knew that something was about to happen, because all of a sudden, you know, y'all are paying close attention to the store. You start to see their big bosses walk in the store with their vest on. And you start noticing, like, okay, we already know what time it is. Next thing you know, 40-cent hike out of nowhere. It was like a random, like, Wednesday. I went there on Tuesday. I paid $1.29 per pound. And then I get there, you know, the next day, and it's like, oh, it's $1.69 now. And it's just greed, pure greed. But, you know, what can you do? It's still cheaper than paying, you know, $5 to $10 for items at a thrift store. And the thrift store that it's connected to, it just stopped. So sorry. But anyways, I'm actually surprised that people even took the time to go in there and shop, because I would just not go and shop, because they went from like decent to like outrageous. So it is what it is. But these were some Perry Ellis men 100% silk shorts. I actually had these for a while, but these sold for $20. I did pay 89 cents for them, and I made a profit of $16.82 after fees and cost of goods. We're almost done with eBay. This is a Chico's top. This one was so stinking cute when I first found it. I found it with another Chico's piece, but I think the other Chico's piece was like vintage, and this one was not. But they were both very artsy. This one was a little bit cuter to me just because it had like a crayon type of watercolor print. And I am a Chico's girly. I know maybe a couple of years ago, I used to talk a little shit about Chico's, but that was because I wasn't shopping at the outlet. I was shopping in thrift stores. So for me, paying $5, $6 for Chico's just wasn't gonna work for me. I could pick Chico's up for $1 at the bins and flip it for 20, and I'm fine with that. But paying $5 for it and then flipping it for 20, that cuts too much into my profit. So I was just like, no thanks. But this one sold for $24, and I did pay $119 for it, and I made a profit of $19.75 after fees and cost of goods. This is actually a dress that I wore for my 31st birthday. Thank God I can't fit it anymore. That's a good thing, because your girl was, we still got a lot to lose, but it was bad. But anyways, I still felt cute that day. But I sold this one. I think I listed it, I want to say maybe like a week or two after I washed it, after I wore it. And this one was getting attention, but nobody committed. So this one took a while. My birthday is in September, so that just lets y'all know how long I've had this. But yeah, so this one ended up selling for $20, and I did not have a cost of goods because I picked it up for myself. I did pick this up at a consignment store, which, looking back, I didn't even have to do that. I just wanted to not have to go through a whole bunch of duds like how you typically do if you go to a thrift store. So this one did sell for $20. I didn't pay anything because it was for me, and I did make a profit of $19.36 after fees and cost of goods. Okay, last thing on eBay, these good old loft jeans, super cute. Not really something that I would pick up from this brand. I think I've only really picked up like dresses or business wear, not really a pair of jeans. But this one was a flare. It had those sailor pockets, so it just kind of was like, okay, we gotta get this one. And this one sat a little while, and this one sold for $24. I did pay $103 for it at the Goodwill outlet, and I made a profit of $19.89. I definitely pick it up again. I want to say these took maybe 4 or 5 months to sell. This kind of goes back to picking up stuff that is trendy or in season. The flare, the high rise, the sailor pockets, all of that alone helped sell this item. And it was a smaller size too, so that just lets you know that this type of style is in. So yeah, if you guys didn't know, you actually can go to USPS and you can get free supplies. So that's pretty much what I like to do. So all of my Poshmark orders, I try to ship out in the free supplies. And I typically heavily use the 𝕃𝕀ℕ𝕂𝕊 and then also the bubble mailer. So these are like my two favorite. Of course, I'll use a box every now and again, but for the most part, those two are the ones I like to get. All right, so the first thing is actually this Uniqlo skirt. This one's new with tags. This brand is actually hard for me to leave behind at the bins just because it definitely sells, but it never sells for a lot, just because it is, you know, very affordable already. So it's hard to try to get a good bang for your buck unless it's like a collab. That's probably the only time you'll get more for it. But just to pick up Uniqlo, just the brand, it's gonna be kind of hard. This one sold for $22 and I did pay $1.12 for it, and I made a profit of $16.49. This one also was new with tags, I forgot. So that was a new with tags skirt. All right, so this is a cute little Ralph Lauren top. I've been having so much luck selling Ralph Lauren button downs. Of course, I don't pick up every single thing. I pick up stuff that, you know, I'm more drawn to pick up. So this one, the print alone was really gonna make me pick it up. Unfortunately, it didn't have like a linen blend or like anything, you know, spectacular with the fabric. I think it was just cotton, which is also still a really good fabric. It's very breathable. But the colorway alone is the reason why I picked this up. And I don't really do the whole thing where I only pick it up because of the size. If the colorway is in, the style is in, I'm gonna pick it up regardless. So this one did not take long to sell. I mean, we're talking maybe a couple of days. So this is a pretty quick flip. But this one sold for $20. They sent me an offer. Of course, I accepted it. It was very modest. I think I had it priced at $25 or $28. And they sent me that $20 offer. I did pay $1.33 for this, and I made a profit of $14.67 after fees and cost of goods. All right, so these are a pair of pixie pants. One point in time, I was watching another YouTuber and she was telling me that this is like a really good bread and butter. And since I am a Ben's girly like how she was, I was like, oh, I come across that a lot. So I started to just pick them all up. And that's why the gift of discernment is great. I didn't have it. And I was picking everything up. Some of it was selling, some of it wasn't. I still think I have a few listed. So now I'm pretty specific on the style, even the size. Just like, you know, gotta look more into it. And I do think that this is more of a summer style, the same way how I used to talk about Express Portofino, and somebody let me know that it's more of a summer style than it is like a regular, you know, season, all season style. So that really helped me decide that, you know, during this type of season is probably the best time to source it versus sourcing it, you know, out of season and being upset when it doesn't sell. So I like to use the 𝕃𝕀ℕ𝕂𝕊 a lot, and I don't really trust it to stay fully closed, so I always put these little stickers right on the side. But anyways, these sold for my full asking price of $15, and I did pay 99 cents for them at the Goodwill outlet, so I did make a profit of $11.01 after fees and cost of goods. All right, this was a fun little bundle from one of my viewers. Hey girl, hey. This is a maxi dress. The brand is called Roller Rabbit. I actually picked this up at a consignment store, so I did pay up for this one, but it was my first time actually coming across a dress. I think I came across a top before, and it actually performed really well. So I was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna go ahead and pick up the dress. This other piece that she got in her bundle was actually this Tory Burch dust bag. And if you guys don't know, in my Poshmark closet, I actually offer a 30% off bundle deal when you bundle 3 or more items. And the last thing she picked up was this Halloween sweater. What's so crazy, y'all? This thing, I listed this, of course, out of season. This got a lot of attention. For some reason, it's kind of wild to me that I will only list Christmas stuff when it's around Christmas, but if it's any other season, I'll list it whenever. So I thought that was kind of funny because I definitely did list this out of season, but it's still sold. And I really thought it was going to sell on Mercari because Mercari had like 6 or so likes on it. So I'm just like, oh yeah, it's definitely going to sell there. Yeah, so she bundled all 3 of these and she just purchased it outright. That rarely happens. People typically bundle and then try to send like an additional, you know, 10% off. And depending on what the items are, I will accept it or decline it because I don't typically like to, you know, do 40% off. I think 40% is pretty crazy. You're just giving away shit at that point. So this one actually sold for $95 and I did pay $19.04. The dress, like I told y'all, I got it from a consignment store. And then the Tory Burch dust bag, and the Tory Burch dust bag and sweater were from the Goodwill outlet. I did make a profit of $56.56 after fees and cost of goods. All right, so this is a Free People cute little number. It's kind of like a mini dress. You already know I pick up Free People all the time at the bins. Before I used to pick up absolutely everything, but now I only pick up style specific items because a lot of the items that are still listed in my closet from Free People are a little outdated. I do plan on pulling a lot of items really soon. I typically like to wait until summer slowdown. But yeah, I definitely need to go ahead and take care of my storage unit a little bit better than what it is. Cosmetically, it looks better inside, but inside those bins, it's a wild, wild west, okay? So I definitely need to pull some items that have been sitting for a while. I need to liquidate some items, and that'll be in another video that you guys are gonna see, but I plan on just letting stuff go, okay? But anyways, this one actually sold for $30. They sent me an offer. Of course, I accepted it because I thought it was incredibly reasonable. Like I told y'all before, anything that I price at $38, I want to make $30 on it. But I did pay $1.16 for this, and I did make a profit of $22.84 after fees and cost of goods. All right, so this next one is a Denim & Supply mini dress. I picked this up when Kaylee Elaine was talking about Denim & Supply being a great brand to pick up, and this one sat a very long time. And the reason it sat so long is because I overpriced it. This one was priced at maybe like $40-some. Now I want to say back then my pricing had no real merit to it. I was just pricing it at what I assumed it was going to sell for. Nobody bid. So this one eventually sold for $20. I think I had it priced at $25 and they sent me an offer. And of course I accepted it, but I did get this one from the Goodwill outlet, so it wasn't that bad. So I did pay 99 cents for it, and I made a profit of $15.01 after fees and cost of goods. So we love that. All right, so this is a Patagonia men's capilene like sweater shirt, whatever. Patagonia has definitely had a fall from grace. I don't know about y'all, but it just does not perform like how it used to. So honestly, picking up any and everything from this brand is not gonna work. I picked this one up because I thought it had a few factors. The fact that it was, you know, Patagonia alone, and then it was an extra large. It still didn't do it any justice because it did take this one took maybe like 2 or 3 months to sell, so it didn't take that long, but it didn't sell for what I thought it was gonna sell for, which was about $25. This one actually sold for $15. They sent me an offer, and of course I went on and accepted it because I was happy to get it out the door. So I did pay 84 cents for this one, and I did only profit $11.16 after fees and cost of goods. All right, so this is a cute little Zara top. It has like embroidery to it. I don't know, it's more of a jacket situation. I don't really know, because it's like open front, it doesn't close, so I guess it is a top. You wear maybe like a cami or something up under it. I definitely have slowed down with picking up this brand just because it does sit a while, but certain pieces I don't mind, you know, picking up and waiting for the right buyer to come along. I just, for some reason, always thought Zara was like priced high. I'd never been in the Zara before. I don't shop at Zara, so I didn't know. But they are not. So I think I just need to come to reality. This is a brand that I do plan on pulling when I do my audit of my inventory and sell to a buy, sell, trade store. I want to liquidate a lot of items because I've recognized now that it's nice to have a huge store, because I'm actually getting really close to hitting 2,000 listings, active listings. And you already know I use Bot to share my closet, and I feel like I am missing out because I'm having them share items that nobody wants when I can just take those items off and then put items that people want, and I can share a little bit more. But this one ended up selling for $22. I did pay $1.14 for it, so I made a profit of $16.46 after fees and cost of goods. This is a brand called Lush. I recently learned that it was sold at Nordstrom's. It's like their kids brand, or I don't know, not kids brand, but junior line. This one was new with tags, and that was the only reason why I entertained it. I initially picked it up for a buy, sell, trade store, but once I saw that it was new with tags, and at that particular time that I sourced it, I was selling a lot of jumpsuits. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and try it for myself. And I try not to price this one high just because I want it to move. And this one took, I want to say, maybe like 3 to 4 months to actually sell. But this one sold for $22, and I did pay $1.01 for it at the Goodwill outlet, and I made a profit of $16.59 after fees and cost of goods. This is the first time that I've ever picked up this brand. And honestly, if it's not new with tags and something substantial like a maxi dress with beautiful print to it, I don't think I would pick it up, I'll be honest with you. These were kind of funny because when I first found them and I was looking at them, I'm like, why do they look like that? And I went on and just kept looking at them, and then I did check the comps on, and I'm like, okay, that's the style. The style makes them look like they're worn in. And I think that's why a lot of people passed it up at the Goodwill outlet. But it only took, what, a couple of minutes to just quickly check comps to verify, and it was a pretty good pickup. These could have sold a lot sooner for $20, but I knew that I can get more for them, so I waited for the right buyer. Now, of course, I probably waited a little bit long, 4 to 5 months, but completely okay with that. This one ended up selling for my full asking price of $38, and that is a good amount because you already know I price my items to receive, you know, a little 20% off offer. But they bought it for my full asking price of $38. I did pay 84 cents for it at the outlet, and I made a profit of $29.56 after fees and cost of goods. But this is Aviator Nation. This is actually my very first time finding this brand. Now, I did find it at a thrift store, and it wasn't marked up. And what's so crazy is that the t-shirt bros were in there, but of course they were looking at the jeans, trying to find, I guess, some Janko jeans, I don't know. And then I also saw like a man that clearly works outdoors was also in the area. So it was pretty like packed in the men's section. So when I saw this, I was shocked. I was literally flabbergasted that this was still there. So I ended up taking it, and I was like, oh man, this is probably the best thing that I could have picked up, because it was a rough day. Well, not necessarily, because I did make like $150 from just the 3 items that I had found out of the 4. So it was a pretty good thrift trip. But anyways, super excited. Definitely a bolo. If you see it, pick it up. Don't even hesitate. But since this was a men's polo, you know, I assumed I was going to get a lot for it. And honestly, $57 is a lot to me. So I sent them an offer. Typically, I want to say after 2 minutes of somebody liking an item in my Poshmark closet, my bot sends them a 20% off offer. Before, it used to be 25% off with discounted shipping, but I went on and changed it to 20%. Just because since we are approaching summer slowdown, I want to make sure I'm not losing too much money on the back end as we approach the slow season. So why not save the 5% and my $2? And I've still been making consistent sales. Now it's only been what, like 4 days, but I still think it's not bad at all. But I did pay $3 for these, and I did make a profit of $42.60 after fees and cost of goods. All right, so this is an REI top. I feel like it's brands out there that you just have to pick up. And this is a brand for me, REI Co-op specifically, not just REI, Co-op. Because the sell-through rate on the items that I get are always really good. The problem is that they don't go for a lot, but I'm okay with it. If I can consider this a filler brand when the item is not like super substantial, I'm good. I think I was actually supposed to sell this to a buy sell trade store, but I was like, you know what? Let me reach my listing goal and I'm gonna sell it myself. I think I had it priced at $20. So I pretty much was shooting for the stars because this is a tank top. Nobody is paying that much for a tank top. So they sent me a $10 offer. I went on and accepted it just because I still thought that that was reasonable for a tank top. Of course, it does not meet my profit margin that I would like, but I got it from the bin. So I'm still making a really good profit on it. So this one sold for $10. I did pay 98 cents for it. So I made a profit of $6.07 after fees and cost of goods. This is a flax top. This one is textured. It was kind of, what is it? Not dingy, but like faded looking. So that's why I didn't price it high. And I eventually ended up selling it for $18. I think I had it priced at $20. They sent me $18, which is so cute. Those type of offers, I always feel like you should just buy it full asking price. But I do appreciate that it was very modest and not like, $10. I don't think I would have accepted it at $10, maybe 15, but not 10. Just because it was faded looking. Now, if it wasn't faded, I definitely would have probably at the very least get about 25 for this one. But like I said, this one sold for $18. I did pay $1.15 for it at the Goodwill outlet. And I did make a profit of $13.25 after fees and cost of goods, which flax is a decent brand to pick up. I have one item that is not like minimalistic and it's still here. I think at one point I have found 3 tops and a dress all the same day, and everything else sold except that very vibrant top. So I'm assuming people don't like vibrant colorways from flax. They actually just want the very subtle pieces. So yeah. This is a New Tags BCBG jumpsuit. Again, I went through a phase of selling a lot of jumpsuits. I want to say like soon as February got here, I started to notice a incline of jumpsuits in my closet. So I started to source them every time I saw them. And this one was New Tags. I don't typically pick up BCBG. I think this is my second time picking this brand up. And both pieces have been New Tags. The first piece, not a good pickup. Definitely plan on selling that to a buy sell trade store. But I have this one priced at $38. Now I initially had this priced at like $65. I was shooting for the stars because I was trying to get like $50 for it, but clearly not. And I dropped the price when it relisted from my bot. And it eventually sold through an offer that they sent me. So I did pay $1.10 for this at the Goodwill outlet. And I made a profit of $22.90 after fees and cost of goods. All right, we are almost done, y'all. So this is a Madewell top. I think I've sold this exact top like 3 times. So whenever I see it, I pick it up. Of course, different colorways, but still I'm sold the exact same top. This must be kind of like a staple piece in people's closet. It's got that draping material. But yeah, Madewell has become a bread and butter. It used to be the Bolo like a good year and a half ago, but now it's just a bread and butter. I find it a lot at the bins, and I do leave a lot of pieces behind. Gloria from about 6 months ago didn't leave anything from Madewell behind. I would buy every single thing, but Gloria from like 2 months ago, she realized like, girl, a good bread and butter, but let's not pick up too much. Okay, let's have a little bit of discernment here. So this is actually sold for $20. These feel really thick. I feel like these, I just got a new shipment, but these feel not as flimsy as the other ones that they typically have. Like they actually doubled it up or something. But anyways, this one sold for $20. I did pay 84 cents for it, and I did make a profit of $15.16 after fees and cost of goods. This is a cute little Old Navy dress. This was a 3X. I'm starting to think that I only want to pick up 3Xs because 2Xs just don't seem to perform for me. Even if it's a maxi dress, like Kaylee Elaine talk about how, you know, Old Navy dresses perform. I don't know. And I mean, we're talking mini dresses, maxi dresses. I think what it is, I think I'm impatient. I'm thinking that as soon as I list it, it's supposed to sell within a month. And that is unrealistic. Even though I do have a lot of quick flips, I think that's the problem, is that I'm assuming that it's going to sell that quickly, and then I get annoyed when it doesn't. Because I have a piece right now. It's a maxi dress, very beautiful, and it gets a lot of attention. I think one lady sent me a $10 offer, and I'm gonna be honest, I could have accepted it, but I just felt like absolutely not, so I didn't. So I'm just gonna hold out and see if I can get at the very least $20 for it. This one actually sold for $20, which we love. And I did pay $1.20 for it at the Goodwill outlet, and I made a profit of $14.80 after fees and cost of goods. All right, and lastly, y'all saw this in a reseller vlog. It's this We the Free People denim like jumpsuit. I also feel a certain way about Free People, where it's like a bread and butter for me now, and I don't typically pick it up at thrift stores because it's gonna always be marked up. But something felt special about this one, only because of the size large. If this was not a size large, or if it was a medium, a small, extra small, I don't think I would have even looked into it, because those sizes are like completely oversaturated. But if you can get a plus size or a larger size, you definitely are gonna make some money. So I wasn't shocked at all that this one sold. I want to say like the next morning. So I listed it, and then that next morning it had 4 likers on it. And you know, somebody had already purchased it. I didn't even get to cross list this. That's how quick it sold. So that was a pretty fun flip. Now, of course, I did price it high because I wanted to make about $50 from it, just because I did pay up for it technically. So this one ended up selling for $52. I did pay $10.27 at the Goodwill. But yeah, so I did make a profit of $31.33 after fees and cost of goods. But that is all that I have for this video. I'll see you in the next one. And then the Tory Burch dust pad, and the Tory Burch